the scribe who heard the mummies speak. It happened in the time of Ramesses XI, when Egypt was fractured and raiders haunted even the Valley of the Kings. The priests of Thebes were desperate. Tombs had been broken into, gold stolen, linens torn apart, and sacred bodies left exposed to the desert air. To stop the desecrations, they began a massive project. Gather every royal mummy, repair them, rewrap them, and hide them together in a secret cache. 200 ancestors, 2,000 years of history, all carried under moonlight, into the cliffs of Deir el-Bahri. Among the workers was a young scribe named Nebaman, tasked with inventory. Which pharaoh was which coffin belonged where, which charms were missing. He was precise. He was quiet. He was not ready for what he was about to witness. The Night of Voices. On a windless night, Nebaman remained in the burial chamber long after the others had climbed back to camp. The torch beside him flickered, casting long shadows over the rows of linen-wrapped kings. The air felt unusually heavy, as if the stone itself were holding its breath. As Nebaman leaned over the coffin of Mosai, he heard it. A low, dry whisper. Not speech. Not a breeze. Something like a sigh. He froze. Then from another corner of the chamber, a faint creaking. Then another. A soft crackle like parchment being folded. Rows of mummies shifting in the dark. Nebaman's hands trembled, and the ink on his reed pen spattered. Was this a curse? A sign? Had the spirits awakened because the living had disturbed them? He fled the tomb and reported what he heard. Some priests scoffed. Others looked terrified. But the high priest simply said, "The dead are restless when their wrappings are loose." A room full of mummies begins to creak, sigh, pop, and whisper. The next morning, Nebaman returned to the chamber with the priests. The room was silent again, calm and still. None of the mummies had moved. Nothing was disturbed. But Nebaman made a decision. At the bottom corner of his inventory scroll, in tiny, careful hieratic script, he added a note. The kings speak when the night is cold. We must wrap them with care. Over 3,000 years later, when archaeologists found the same royal mummy cache, that little annotation was still there. The scientific truth behind the fear. The modern explanation is surprisingly simple. When the desert temperature drops suddenly at night, the resin-soaked linen tightens. The wooden coffins contract, and the layers of bandages crackle and shift.